Hey, I'm Alice.
And I'm Jack.
And in today's video, we're taking you back to Busch Gardens Williamsburg for their special event, Coasters and Craft Brews. This event has been extended one more weekend, so you still have time to attend if you haven't been. We actually did a review of this event in our last video, and we can provide that link in the description. But in that video, we didn't have time to talk about one of our favorite parts of this park.
That's right, Busch Gardens Williamsburg is known for their thrill rides. They're also known for having a beautiful park. They won the Golden Ticket Awards for Best Landscaping at an amusement park like 20 years in a row. They were recognized by the National Amusement Park Historical Association as the most beautiful park for a whole bunch of years in a row. So that's another claim to fame of Busch Gardens Williamsburg, something they brag about a lot. But they're also known for their animal exhibits. They're owned by SeaWorld, and they're a part of the SeaWorld and Busch Gardens Conservation Fund, and they do a lot of work with rescues and conservation of animals. So we're going to look at the animal exhibits that were open during the Coasters and Craft Brews event.
So, of course, one of the animals that Busch Gardens is known for is its Clydesdale horses. Busch Gardens was originally owned by Busch Beer Company. They had a manufacturing plant nearby, and the Clydesdales were a mascot of the Budweiser brand. So that's how they came to be associated with this park. Clydesdale horses originally came from an area of Scotland, a county known as Clydesdale. That's why they're named this way. And back in medieval times, they actually carried knights into battle. Now, more recently, they've been used for farm work and pulling farm equipment. And something I learned about these horses, of course, they're beautiful and they're awesome to go see and look at, but I had no idea, and I read this on their website, that these horses sleep an average of 16 hours a day, almost like our cats. It's crazy to me. I never knew horses slept that much. Anyway, they also, during their regular season, they have a Clydes and Collies tour, and this lets you look at their Clydesdales and their Border Collies in the backstage area and learn more about how they get cared for and how the workers train them. So that's not going on right now. There aren't any special tours going on for this event, but that would be a fun thing to do in the regular season.
Busch Gardens Williamsburg also has 4 black-faced sheep. They are kept in the Highland stables, the same place that the Clydesdales are kept, and these originated in Scotland, and these sheep are easily recognizable because they have white bodies with black markings all over their face. Very adorable animals that you can visit as part of the Coasters and Craft Brews event. They also have a section dedicated to birds of prey, and they have bald eagles over there. I don't remember the exact number. We saw at least 4 or 5 of them out. All of the bald eagles that are kept at Busch Gardens Williamsburg were injured in the wild and had to be rescued. One of them actually had one of its wings shot off. We've got footage of that one in this video. So that's kind of sad. But they've all been rescued, rehabilitated, and are living their best life now in Busch Gardens Williamsburg.
So they also have several gray wolves. These are gorgeous animals, so much fun to watch. And there was an animal keeper out talking, giving a short presentation. And it was interesting because during the shutdown, these wolves were given a much larger area to roam. And she mentioned that here you can see they're out where the crowd can see them, but a lot of times they would go to sort of their backstage area, and she said that's because it had been so long since they were around people. They're having to get them used to that again, used to having people in the park. So they've opened up this backstage area so that when they're kind of tired of being around people, they can go back there and sort of get away, be by themselves. And something interesting I learned about wolves is they tend to mate for life. I thought that was pretty cool. I always love when I read about animals that do that. And they were at once starting to become extinct, not extinct, but they were considered endangered in North America because they were being hunted so much. But they've made a lot of strides to bring the population back now. During the normal season, you can also see the wolves as part of a tour, and they have a show that hasn't resumed yet, but it's called How to Coexist, and it features the gray wolves as well as some of the other animals. They have their Norway rats, their birds of prey, their red foxes, so some of the other animals that you can see as part of this show also, once it resumes. It hasn't started back yet. In addition to this show, they also have a show that features animals. It's called Pet Shenanigans. This is a lot like the show at Universal that's called Animal Actors, or the one at SeaWorld, where it shows pets just doing funny things and you get to see lots of different animals. Of course, that show hasn't started back yet, but if you get to go when that's running, it's a great show. We really like that one.
You can't see this bird very well because it's hiding in its house, but this is a Harris hawk. This is one of the birds of prey featured in that How to Coexist show. And nearby there's also another bird exhibit. It's called Lorikeet Glen. And right behind Lorikeet Glen is their mask relaxation station where you can sit without your mask on and relax for a little while. But here we're walking up to Lorikeet Glen. There's all different kinds of exotic birds inside this aviary. And it was really cool to watch them.
Yeah, they actually advertised this as one of the exhibits not being available during this event, but it was open enough where you could walk up and look at them as you were strolling through the relaxation station.
Of course, this is called Lorikeet Glen because they have a variety of lorikeets in the park. They're identified by their bright plumage according to the website, but there's a bunch of other types of birds in addition to lorikeets as well. And here we see a barn owl exhibit over near the stable area. This barn owl is also in the How to Coexist show.
Two other animals that you may get to see during this event include the Border Collies and the Scottish Highland cattle. They are listed as being out as part of the event. However, when we walked by the animal exhibits, we didn't actually get to see these two animals.
And these are the animals advertised as not being a part of this Coasters and Craft Brews event. They also have Norway rats. Their website does a little pro-rat propaganda here, talking about how rats are wonderful pets and are friends and they're helpful to society, but I'm not buying it. There's also red foxes, part of the How to Coexist show, as well as a reptile exhibit, but the rats, foxes, reptiles, not a part of the current event, so you won't get to see them. But it was still a fun event, lots of fun rides, cool animals to see, a beautiful park. And their website says they're already planning another event for September and into the fall, so we're looking forward to seeing what they're planning to do in the coming months, even as the state government has them limited to 1,000 guests at a time.
So that's our look at the animals of Busch Gardens Williamsburg during this special reopening event. If you like this video, I hope that you will hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and share us with your friends. We'd really appreciate it. And we'll see you the next time we're traveling through.